Ladies and gents, welcome to an 8-player free-for-all. We've got hyper-random here, so we've got a map that's very random. Lots of different terrains, might I say. And, of course, 8 players. 1 player will be victorious in this game, at least most likely, as the goal is to at least first ally, and then eventually, you know, kill off everybody to be the king. In the yellow, we have Nick playing as the Spanish. Next to Nick, we have Madventurer. Madventurer playing as the Bohemians. In the teal, we have Salador. Salador playing as the Bengalis. Is this the first Salador community game? I know Salador's been very supportive on the stream. Also been playing some games in the Discord recently. I think it might be his first. Let me put it this way, Salador. Your first one wasn't particularly memorable for me, apparently. If this is your second, I'm a jerk. In the gray, we have Pumpu. Pumpu's definitely played in a community game before. Had a crazy comeback on Random World. Which, I actually completely forgot about. I want to do again today. And Pumpu's playing as the Dravidians. In the orange, we have Tommy86, mod here on the channel, who apparently has misclicked, so these villagers are not eating their pigs as the Bulgarians. In the purple, we have Lurzy. Lurzy's playing as the Mayans. In the blue, then, we have Adam, also known as Throw Me Away, has made a lot of remixes here for the stream, so has been around and has played in quite a few games. And guys, last but not least, we have a username which is just so fitting for one of these games, and I've never seen this individual play before. We have Bow to Your King. Yo, let's go. Now, the name sets the bar very high. We'll see how the gameplay goes, right? We don't know anything about this individual except for the fact that Green is playing as the Japanese. But we'll see, you know, like that name right there already feels like a YouTube title for me. We'll see if there's anything more that comes from this. Couple of the basic things. Kings explode here, so you lose your king, you're defeated. But if you lose your king, it will also leave an explosion in its wake. So that's definitely something that players have to pay attention to with these settings. And then with it being hyper random, animals will have different amounts of food. Like that boar has 600 food, for example, which is crazy. The pigs have 155 food, so it feels like there's actually plenty of food to work with. And then the same applies to stones and golds too, right? So like, feels like there's lots of stone, at least on this particular pile. It's kind of funny. How are you supposed to enter this castle? Was like someone escaping this castle and being chased at the end of a bad movie, and then they like made the rocks around the doorway fall down, trapping the person chasing them inside forever. Because that's the door. I don't know how you're supposed to get in, but thankfully this game isn't really that realistic, I guess. So everybody has allied, except for one exception. It seems like Salador has not allied green randomly, if I'm seeing things correctly. But it was probably just a misclick, because basically they always start as enemies, and then they got to make their move. I did see Salador sent the king to the north. Salad North, and Lurzy said tempting. So Lurzy was like, if your king's out here, it's got to be pretty easy for me to snipe. But then the explosion obviously would probably not be worth it. So, okay. So I don't think we missed a lot else with the chatter here. They're just kind of talking about the starts. We've got some time to chill. Red was panicked at the start. Nick said mom spaghetti. These guys are probably nervous. How many people watching right now? This applies to YouTube as well. How many people out there have like a plan or like something they want to try in a community game if they ever get selected? Or something they would do? Maybe people who don't even play. Are there people sitting on master plans out there? Or do people just wing it when they get into games? Choppa says, I just want to chop wood. Well, that makes sense because of your name. It's brilliant and you'll love it. I promise, says Raz. Okay. All right. All right. So some people got plans. I like that. Yes. Adam says, the most stressful part is not knowing what the map is and being too bad to scout. Well, I mean, right now, I guess they do have to figure that out, right? And actually, a big thing we need to talk about is the map. So it seems like there's this water terrain that kind of spans through the middle. And so Navy could become really strong later on. I think Navy will be very underrated later on because you can't use it everywhere, but even just like random demos could be really helpful in big battles, I would say. Also, there's a lot of build up towards the corners. Like this corner, for example, there's just trees everywhere. So that's going to affect trade. This area isn't too bad. And then I guess this area is not too bad either. The north is at least marketable in the north. Yeah, trade's going to be awkward here, so. Someone says, rig me in and I'll tell you. I have to say, Salador has been very adventurous with the king. And it is something that players do sometimes. They'll scout with the king, which I don't think is necessarily bad. But running into the darkness with the king, very risky. Now, if this wasn't Exploding Kings, people would kill this and there would be no real downsides. But right now, no one should try and kill this king if it runs into their base. But still, like, I don't think it's the wisest move. Like, Gray sees this and Gray's like, what? Why is the king here? People might even think that this is like a suicide mission right now. Ooh. Okay, so there's the king. Again, if Gray had teal all an enemy right now, that king could die. This waltzes right into Gray's base. Just built a market, though, and they're allied, so now can see where everything's at, and I think the king's going to end up coming home. All right, so I love this from blue. So blue goes, green, I would like to follow your name and bow to you. And green has not responded to that yet, but obviously we're hoping that that's going to be the case. Yellow says, I was hard focused. Did I miss anything in chat? Not much. Not much. See, that's the big thing. And now red reaches out to green and says, is this working, green? Man, it would be such a classic situation if green's got the perfect username, but green does not chat. Let's see. Green says, howdy neighbor. All good. And says this to blue and also says this to yellow. So this is good strategic talk, I would say. You always reach out to your flanks first. And yellow wants to be friends with red as well. Okay. Makes sense. Red is pretty close. Mad Ventures says, sounds good. Let's do it. And then Pumpu is asking purple for trade. So they're starting to, you know, make some allies here. Beyond just their stance right now, which everyone's pretty much allied, so. Big Bug Toaster. Thank you for the prime. Ashin, welcome back. Thank you, JB, for the year. Sick. Thank you, Chaos. What's up? We still do have the very creative Angry Jeff emote. Which is, yeah, Choppa's already on it, yeah. You know, Jeff Bezos, very angry that you've taken money out of his pocket if you subscribe with Prime. Green isn't the chattiest individual. I will say that. But did agree to an alliance with blue. Guys, the chat settings are really annoying and really hard. It's very, like, anti-gameplay to have to deal with that stuff. So, we'll see. Yes. Adam does say, I will bow to you, and says that to everyone, which is a little interesting. And then Tommy says he's lagging, and he says, if that's annoying, let me know. Well, normally it's kill the lagger, but it seems like Tommy might be the sacrificial lamb if he has to be. But Tommy doesn't want to inconvenience the group here, so. Castle going up already here for Salador. Salador is playing good right now. Salador and I think Matja have been playing team games together recently. So for those that support me on Patreon, there's like a little special Patreon room. And there's, you know, usually it's fairly dead. They have been using that chat room as their gaming room recently. So I, you know, and I always check that because I want to like thank people and whatnot. And they've just been like, yo, 14, start the game already. I've been able to see that they've been playing a lot. And Salador's eco is looking pretty sick here. That said, there's quite a few players in their 40s right now, so. Yo, Kettle Punch! Kettle Punch punching some gifted subs. Thank you, Kettle Punch. I immediately thought of Kettle Corn for whatever reason. Not sure if you're a big kettle corn guy. Kettle corn is good, dude. I used to work at an amusement park, which I think I've talked about. And there was always like a kettle corn stand when you'd walk into the amusement park. And it smells so good. And I would try my best, because it was expensive, right? I'd try my best to get people who worked at those stands to give me kettle corn. They never did. They never did. And there was no employee discount for the kettle corn, you know? What do we have here? So blue's still talking to the king a lot, right? Green is you've been talking to anyone else. Green says just yellow, but he hasn't spoken back. Also, you're on all chat, which might have been earlier, which is true. Salador asks Green for friendship, and there's a smiley face exchanged, which is always a good sign. So yeah, it does feel like there's been a lot of direct chatter towards Green. Nice. T90, when a player group messages two players at once, do they know about each other? It's funny, the way you said that is worded in a way like you've been doing it, and you want to know if like your girlfriend is finding out about the other woman. Sorry. I don't know why my brain's been so weird today. No, so you will see... The only time you will know if other people are seeing messages is if you use the star and it goes to everybody. Otherwise, it's like you got the message yourself. Does that make sense? So you have no way of knowing who else is in the chat. Woo, woo, woo. Unless it's the all command. So yeah. Only talking to you, Red. Should we try and build in middle? Still trying to get a vibe. Still trying to get a feel for how this game is going to play out. It has been very chill from Purple. Haven't seen a lot of chat from Purple and also from Tommy. Saw your last game. Sad that you didn't get church. Friends. Oh, whoa, Salador. Okay, so Pumpu was our host because it was a capture the relic game for game number 1 where you're supposed to start with the monastery and it was bugged and Gray didn't get one. So I gave Gray a host. So Salador, like, really pulling on the heartstrings here. Or not really pulling on the heartstrings, but, you know, like, giving reasons why Gray deserves friendship. That's some good Diplo right there. I like that. And Pumpu says, yeah, we can be allies. And Pumpu's also top scorer at the moment. Pumpu also had a really, really good game in the past. It was more of a comeback game. But Pumpu, if you're a regular community game watcher, should be somewhat known. Red, very talkative, says, I prefer to secure the corner trade over grabbing middle if that's a good deal for you. Yeah, I mean, corner trade is key in these games. And, oh, wow. Okay, so Tommy is bottom score and apparently lagging, right? And Red says to everybody, if someone goes after Tommy first, I will be their sworn enemy. Ooh. So a little bit of sympathy here towards our mod Tommy. Has been very helpful in the community for a couple years now. And clearly is not quite up to par with some of the other players here. It's a very peaceful base. I will say that for Tommy. But what if Tommy starts lagging? The rules normally are kill the lagger. But now you can't kill the lagger without Red getting angry at you. Puppy Saturation says, oh, I guess you got to kill Red and then Tommy. That's true. You got to get rid of Red if you want to get rid of Tommy. That's so funny. Why is this so funny? Corker, thanks for the 26 months. Says, why did the computer catch cold? It left a window open. Ha! That's funny. Ha ha. We got the dad emote for that. Thanks for the 26 months. Did you guys hear about like 1,000,001 systems going down earlier today? And like airlines and banks and I don't know. Did you hear about that? My first thought was Twitch didn't go down, right? Is YouTube still good? And then I double checked and everything was fine. I was like, whatever. You know, we're still able to make the content. Yeah, apparently it was ridiculous. I'm very, very happy I was not in a flight throughout that time because I think they had to ground like every plane or something. Tommy says, y'all my allies, please remind me to click up. Okay, well that's interesting to ask your allies to remind you of that. And Tommy gets reminded, says this is your 5-minutely reminder to click up, Tommy. And now Tommy's on the way to Castle H. Still don't want to miss some of this chat here. As long as you protect me from Red when he turns is what Yellow says. So Yellow doesn't fully trust Red, apparently. And wants to team more so with Adam and bow to your king. Okay. And then, you know, bow to your king says we shall try if we can. So there is some subtle thinking that it's going to be Red with the others on the right then. Want to have a secret ally, Green, Salador. Including Red in this conversation, though. So, including potentially your best friend could be a problem. Bow to your king says, sure, but why be secret? I mean, that's a fair point. Like, why can't we make this? Why can't we go public? Why can't we put our relationship status on Facebook, you know? Make it Facebook official so the people know. Salador says, because we are on opposite sides. Well, listen. You might have grown up in opposite sides, opposite cultures. That true love cannot be stopped. All right? But I guess that's true. You know, if you lived your whole life being told you shouldn't be teamed with the other side of the map, maybe you don't want to go that route. Man, I swear I've seen Purple lose like 4 villagers to wolves. Woo, woo, woo. These villagers should be fine. The eco counts are flying for everybody. Not everybody. I'd say we've got 3 that are really flying. We've got Adam, we've got Bow to Your King, and then we've got Lurzy. The others are still playing catch-up, especially Tommy. Tommy still has not hit 30 villagers, so that's going to be a bit of an issue for him. We'll go over to build a new TC, though. Slowly but surely getting started. But, you know, just before this game, we had someone saying, like, T90, I feel like I'm a bit of a noob. Should I sign up for these types of games? And I said, if you want to sign up, absolutely. Because even Tommy plays a role in this game. If Tommy were to get killed right now, it might kind of suck for Tommy. But the storyline of Tommy is remembered because Red shouted out, hey, don't pick on the weak player. So, you know, I think that's the beauty of community games is you could still, you know, be a nice chatter. You could still be a supportive ally. Actually, people really like to be teamed with someone who isn't a threat, too. Being too strong could maybe hurt you. All right, so some more chatter here. Adam says, Purple, would it be romantic if we shared this stone? I like that. Purple said, what's mine is yours to everybody. So now everyone's going to get to take that stuff, I guess. But Pumpu responded. Pumpu responded and said, what is mine is also yours. That's so funny. That Purple was trying to talk to Blue. And then Pumpu just hopped in with a DM. And then says, Tommy's with us. Okay. All right. Blue reminds Tommy again to click up. And then Tommy clicks up to Imp. And now Tommy is unsubscribing. Tommy is unsubscribing from the reminders. And once he's an Imp, he doesn't want the reminders anymore. That's funny. And then Adam says, you have been unsubscribed from MBL's email list. Click up to Imp! Click up to Imp! Okay, so here's my vibes, right? Purple's top score. Communication, not so top. I feel as though Purple's skill is there. But it hasn't been quite... There hasn't been quite as many messages going out to people around. Like, just now, talking to Blue about who he's teamed with. Seemingly just now confirming an alliance with Gray. Also, another thing that could hurt Purple would be the fact that Tommy is directly next to him and not necessarily the most supportive teammate. Yes. Yet. Sorry. But that also could be a strength because, like, Tommy's not really a threat to kill him. So. And Tommy says that here. Tommy says, don't expect me to really help in any significant way with a smiley face. Okay. Red says, remember to respect the holy pigsty in the middle. Very interesting pigsty. I don't know why red walled it in and then teal built the gate. Team effort on the pigsty situation. And yes, if you kill those pigs, you will probably start a war. So be very careful there. Yo, Kettle Punch with the 10 months just wanted to show my thanks for all the hard work and dedication throughout the years. Glad you're feeling better. Still waiting on the researching loom gym shirt patiently. I have a couple merch ideas I have to work on. Keep reminding me on that. Feel free. I'm not annoyed. It's a pretty good one. And thanks, man. Look at that guy go. Little moonwalk. I'm glad they never removed the moonwalk from the game, you know? It's a nice little, it's a feature, not a bug at this point, right? Nick says, I go on holiday to Spain in 5 hours. Let's not kill me too fat. We got time. I think he meant to say fast, but maybe he doesn't want to be killed while he's fat. I personally would not like to be killed fat or skinny. That was a little bit of a humble brag. You know, I'm a little jealous now, you know. I hope you have a good time there, Nick. Nick is going to be on the flight thinking, oh, what could I have done differently in that community game? Or maybe Nick will be proud winner of this game. They're asking plans, I think, for battle, though. And Blue, I think, saying this intentionally just to us, but it could just be a mistake. Says, by the way, it is worth pointing out that Green has made me paranoid about chat settings. There were like a couple instances where multiple players had the chat settings a little bit off. I never saw anything that indicated that Green's trying to be sneaky here. But it's worth remembering, like, if you bring up, you know, if you misspeak to the whole group or something, that people start to get paranoid here. So, yo, Vince, what's up, man? Thanks for the raid. Hope you had a nice stream. Man, if only there was a way that, like, pro players like Vince could potentially play in massive scale regicide games. Man, if only someone could, like, you know, work on hosting an event like that. That'd be pretty cool. You think so, chat? I don't know, maybe some money on the line? Maybe somewhere is a 5 in the whole announcement? I don't know. I'll have to see if such a thing is possible. Look at the walls from Tommy. I was curious on if you could wall on this terrain. It looks like you can. I'm a little surprised that you can. He's trying to make a big, like, trade route, which I think does make sense. It will take some time, though. It's going to be under construction for a long time. Biggest military count is 13 right now, and that's Salador. That is not a very big number. That is not a clear sign that we're going to see aggression, but maybe they're ramping up towards there. It's been a relatively peaceful game. Usually things are peaceful in these stages. Very rarely do you have people attack. Everyone should know the drill by now. Blue says, I see the pig enclosure. Can I donate 2 more? As stupid as the pig enclosure is, this little donation actually does something. Right? And I cannot be convinced otherwise. I feel like, I mean, you don't need pigs right now, right? But even just giving a little bit of something tends to go a long way in these games, as funny as that sounds. Did we just have fortified wall to protect the pigs? All right. I guess it's fortified wall to protect the base, too. He didn't even have... Teal doesn't even have any walls at home. Fortified wall to protect the pigs. All right. No gate. No fortified gate. Salador says, blue, green, red, yellow. Only to you. Look east. We need to stick together. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. Look east. We need to stick together. Red says, I see it. And Nick says, based on our trade routes, we could recruit red. So what are they seeing in the east? Is it the trade routes? So they're trying to get 5 people against 3 here. And, like, it might be, like, 5 versus 2.5 if Tommy doesn't have a lot to contribute. I think what Green is saying right now, if we can get red, it's a 5v3. Teal is interested. I think it's going to happen here. And they might kill off Lurzy, who's top scorer. Tommy, who, of course, is bottom scorer. And then Pumpu as well. Just by association. And Pumpu does say to Purple... And does say to Orange, Castle is for our security. But, like, the others are already talking about killing these guys off.
Yes.
Yeah, and they're talking about a 5v3. I mean, listen. A 5v3 is super smart. Where 5v3s get really interesting, though, is, like... If you're all actually trading together... You then have very little reason to attack each other. So we got to look at trade routes right now. Like, the fact that yellow, blue are all trading up here to purple should mean they don't want the 5v3. And where is green trading right now? Green doesn't really have trade running. So yeah, I think green and blue should not want that deal. If anything, they might want to work with purple. Oh, also, we've got a tunnel here for the trade from red. That's really smart, because I thought the trade distance would be an issue. That's really smart.
Yes.
Okay. So what this means is blue and green are kind of in the middle. They probably want to be very agreeable and friends with everybody, but they are going to have to pick sides here eventually. Do they pick Lurzy or do they pick Salador? Teal, yellow, red, green, so we're in 5v3. Blue's trying to figure this out right now, but I wonder if Blue's going to realize how awkward the trade situation could be. Could just be trying to clarify this to pass the information along to others. Also, I did see a heavy demo from Blue, so there could be some big demo shots in this game. T90, how do you feel about auto farm now? I'm actually going to make a follow-up video on that this upcoming week and share my thoughts. Basically, I think I was right about some things, and I think I was wrong about some things. And I don't know what just got deleted here. Might have been a market, actually. Yeah, probably a market. Looks like Blue deleted some bills. I'm not near as opposed to it being in the game as I was. I do still feel like it had a massive effect and, like, should be utilized by everybody, which was my initial take. And one of the things that I was against. So, yeah, I'll make a video on that. And we have our first turn. Salador turning against Pumpu. And let's see if Pumpu's going to have any real support here. I mean, this is Bengali Elephant Archers, which are incredibly strong. Gray was also surprised as well. And I don't think Gray was really in a position to deal with this. Funnily enough, I think the best thing for Gray against this would be their own Elephant Archers. I think Bengali Elephant Archers are superior, though. I think Dravidians fire faster. We've got Battle Elephants as well? Oh, my goodness. Okay, well, Nick just wants to fight for the boys, right? Wants to fight for a team. So Nick turns as well, so it's going to be everyone against Gray. This is a lot of stress for Gray, because I don't think Gray's prepared, and, like, I don't think Gray has enough support. Purple is too far away. So Pumpu could just be kind of dead here. And, like, I mean, right away. And Gray goes to the team, Tommy, and then also Lurzy, and says, he's coming for me. And Lurzy's trying to, feel like, can you defend yourself so I can just attack him? I don't know. Purple's going to send some skirms over now for now and see. But Gray's King is out, and Gray's King is going to run and, like, might run directly into Teal's base. Like, if you attack somebody this early and they are helpless in defense, they might just send their king to your base. You could tell Gray is trying to build outposts to get vision over Teal's base. I mean, elephant v elephant battle you could trade pretty evenly, but once the paladins are in your base and then the elite battle elephants, that's where you have problems here. The Gray's King is here. I think Gray waiting for some help, maybe. I don't know if the help's going to be enough. Skirms could be great. against elephant archers, but against battle elephants, that's not going to be it. It's not going to be enough. Pumpu had a crazy comeback in community games, in a community game on Random Earth a couple months ago. This would be an even crazier comeback because the support from the team isn't really there. And apparently there's going to be more people joining in here as well. Red says to Teal, this will look a bit sus, but I'm coming to help with Gray. It does look a bit sus. I believe he's being honest, though. If Red wanted to snipe Salador, this would be a sniping army, though. We've got Bohemian, Halbs, and Hoofnitsa rolling across the field right now. Gray's still pretty much dead. King could make a run for it. From what Gray knows, there is a castle there with a flag. King's still in the castle right now. Blue now also turns on Gray, so it's everyone versus Pumpu, even though I don't think Pumpu necessarily did a lot to deserve this. And Yellow says, you were a good host, Gray, with a heart. Yeah, Gray hosted this. That's like... I think Yellow's trying to be nice, but... That's kind of mean. You were a great host. See ya. Not good at anything else, chump. You know, like, what does that imply? Gray just frowns and is sad. And again, Tommy hasn't really been able to support, unfortunately, and Purple can't send enough, and the King for Gray is out and about and is going to make a move. Now, does Red notice it? It's important. I think Red sees it. Oh! Oh, the King dodges the shot, and the King is now on the move to Salador. Now, Salador started this. This was his idea, and Gray has nothing to lose. Ah! Siege Elephant. Gray has nothing to lose anymore, right? You're going to die anyways. You might as well take someone else with you if you're Gray. Why not take out the person who attacked you first? Again, there is a castle there with a flag. Now, there's been no real warning. Red hasn't said anything yet. Salador did relocate the King at one point, though. So it's actually down here, which is really smart. I think he did that when Red was coming through. Gray is going to lose this King. Does Gray know about the TC? Gray doesn't know about the TC. Might be going for someone else. We have Tommy's King running. I guess he's been attacked by Yellow, so he is running through Purple's base, which wouldn't make me too happy if I were Purple. And then here is Gray. Gray is going to die to Salador's TC. And Salador is going to leave. Okay, so the explosion will go off. It will be devastating to Salador, but it won't be near as bad because he noticed it and is trying to evacuate. That is, if you're in Gray's position, that's kind of where you want this because it's right in the middle of your opponent's base. Salador's King will survive, though, and a lot of villagers survive, too. So, honestly, devastating damage, of course, but could have been way worse for Salador. So, well played to him there, and well played to Gray. Can we get some hearts in chat for Gray? I feel really bad for Pumpu. Like, that is just, like, kind of a crappy situation, unfortunately. Just not enough support and just a lot of really strong players on him early. But Pumpu not having the best day there. So, meanwhile, we've got a fight from Blue against Purple. So, we've got a very crazy composition. We've got Elite Janissaries against Cannon Galleons. And it's doing work right now against Purple, who failed to recognize the importance of water, which Blue did. Now, Purple was also dealing with Salador. So it's like now it's 2v5. And, you know, we'll see if Purple can survive. Oh my god, what? Bow to your King. Has Cav Archers in the north. Also, Yellow has a King from Tommy sitting in his base right now. There's a lot of crazy things happening. I don't know how Tommy got in there. Now, this castle, I assume, has murder holes. Green has no siege, and there's eagles on the way. So, I mean, nice attempt from Green. But I believe Purple will survive this. That is where... that is why Purple is busy, though. Looking at things like this. What did Tommy say anything here? I don't think Tommy really said anything. I don't think there were any warnings. He just decided to send his King into Yellow's base, and Yellow, of course, has not noticed this. Again, cav archers are still here, but you're not taking down a castle with cav archers, so that shouldn't be a problem. Yellow still got random paladins in the trade route over here. Yellow's now all over purple's main base. Yeah, like purple, it doesn't matter how good purple is. When you have a whole squad like this against you, you're going to crumble. And that's just what it is. Purple was never the best with alliances. Purple was almost always top scorer. Purple was also allied with the lowest score player who very, like, loudly said, I'm not going to be able to help much. Tricky situation. People wondering about Yellow's king. It's actually right next to Orange's king. You just can't see it because of Orange's king on the minimap, I guess. Red says, this is my first Diplo game to Yellow. Remember, Yellow's going to be partying in Spain, apparently, on vacation soon. Pretty good start to this game with his team of 5. And maybe he wants to be buddies with Red. Blue already was talking to someone, I think talking to Green about having that one person you'd be with forever here. Tommy did just research Treason to find out enemy king locations. The thing is, though, Tommy is not actually enemy to these players, so he won't be able to have that information revealed. But, I mean, if you look and you only see this flag, you'll know. Also, did Yellow just... Oh, Tommy just turned on Yellow. Okay. Tommy's going to kill Yellow right now. He's going to send him off on his vacation. He could just... You don't even need to turn on the guy. You could just delete the king, but he wasn't 100% certain. Will Yellow notice this? Yellow's chatting. He's like, we were next to each other on the lobby. You know, I'm going to Spain. I'm doing this. You know, I'm so excited for my vacation. Can't wait to watch this on the flight. Can't wait to be a legend. Can't wait to see my 6th Spanish trade bring me tens of thousands of golds. And Tommy, he knew he was going to die. His buddy's dying. He needs to help him in some way. And Nick is dead. Nick had no clue that was happening. It was kind of out of the blue. Like, basically, as a player there, what you would need to do, I guess, as he says, rip. What you would need to do is, if when you see someone's dead, you immediately scan your base to see if the king died there. But, like, it didn't feel like a natural time for Tommy to be desperate. If anything, it felt like a natural time for Purple to be desperate. And, yeah, now Yellow's out of the picture. Now, Yellow being out of the picture makes things very interesting for the team that used to be 5. Because now I could naturally see Bounty King and Adam being really close friends. And then Mad Venture and Salador being very close friends. Just because of the positioning. So, dang. Okay, so Tommy's out. Nick is out. Tommy did help Purple in some ways there. But now Purple has nobody. Purple has nobody. Also, Pumpu in chat is very happy about that. Tommy may be doing that in Pumpu's honor. He says, GG, Tommy didn't see it coming, but why me? That's a good question. Why me? I think it could have been anybody else, right? It could have been... I mean, Yellow was in their trade, I guess, with Paladins. It could have easily been, like, maybe Blue or something, too. Also, that's a lot of halbs right next to docks that could have demos. Can we please get a heavy demo over here? There's also a lot of towers here from Blue. Also, lots of fakes inside the towers. Blue pulling out all the tricks here. Yeah, I think Blue and Green will be a team. Red and Teal will be a team. And then Purple is just kind of like the odd man out. Here we go, baby. Let's go. Bam! Satisfying. I like it. Your pointy boys aren't pointy anymore. Blue says, sorry, I was convinced Purple was dead. Yeah, Purple's not dead. I wanted to check Purple's stockpiles. Purple's not going away anytime soon. 24,000 gold. Lurzy's in a really good spot resource-wise to stay alive for a while. Actually makes it really tricky, right? Because, like, what if you spend all your efforts trying to kill Purple and then Red and Teal just kill you? The holy pigs are still alive. By the way, they've been signaled. And Salador says, our pigs are having a great time. I love how we're like, you know, there's betrayals and explosions and thousands of deaths. If you think about it, we kind of get used to the sound of all these horses dying and the guys going, oh, you know. We get used to that. We get desensitized to it. But then they're worried about the pigs' lives, you know? Nice little change of pace, I guess. It's going to be tough to kill Purple. I mean, castles everywhere. Still has a trade route. That's actually the biggest deal. He's still trading over here to, to Pumpu and to Tommy. And Tommy's walls are protecting it for the most part, too. Okay, so red goes over to green and blue and says, I'm in a bit of a pickle. He says, I don't exactly trust Salador, and I can't move out my army when he has a lot of elephants at home. Ooh, there's trust issues. And he's revealed it to blue, who I think will really like to hear that. Purple will eventually die, but Mayans are insanely strong, and Purple is holding against 2 right now. It is true that Saladnor's army is kind of sitting here like he's ready to make a move on red. And red doesn't want to leave because of that. So red now says to teal, I mean, they have to figure this out. Says, you want to make a move, or are you afraid of my Hoofnitsa? Like, what if they're both scared of each other? Teal says, it was a bit sus, yes. Red says, I'm afraid of the elephants, to be honest. And Teal says, I'm not going to move against you. So I think they're both scared of each other. It's kind of romantic in a weird war death way. Says, I'm going to be honest. I thought it was a good time to stab you. Bro, that's not the level of honesty I would suggest here. Don't tell the person who you're trying... Don't tell the person who you're worried is going to kill you that there was a point where you were going to kill them. At least not with 5 people left. Okay, we continue. He says, but then yellow exploded. Salador says, thank you for your honesty. The red says, so I guess we're in a bit of a pickle. I mean, I don't think you need to be in a pickle. I think you can be out of a pickle if you just say, I was worried about you, but I'm not going to attack you. I get why you're worried about me. I'm not going to attack you. Red's just got some trust issues. You know, we don't know Red's past, but clearly some betrayals there. Actually, I think Red got killed off pretty badly in the first game, from what Red said earlier. First game he played. Salador says, where do we go from here? Red says, I think we should just hit green. It's now or never. Salador says, I got a plan. I mean, it is true. If they take out green right now, green is not ready for this because they're focused on purple. So that could actually be really good for them. Salador says, I have a plan. I'm going to put my king in your castle. What? This is a show of faith and friendship here. He says, listen, I'm not going to kill you, pal. And as proof, I'm going to put my king in your castle. He says, now you don't need to be afraid of me. Whoa, what a play. What a play. I mean, takes some guts. And, you know, in some ways, it is mutually assured destruction, too, because if red does kill this right here, then, you know, red probably dies as well. But listen, I'm going to tell you what you do. Red, set the rally point for that castle into the north and eject it. If you want to kill him, you just send the king into the battle. Okay? The king will go, and Teal won't know anything about it now. Red, you okay? Says green. Red says, I was hoping you wouldn't see. Oh, well, it is what it is. Red is very forthcoming with his plans to kill people. He says, I was hoping you wouldn't see. And now green is like, oh, okay, what? You coming to kill me? I don't know. The level of honesty, maybe we should respect it. Maybe we should judge it. I don't know. But green says blue, red is bad. And red says, I have to go now. And I don't think that means, like, leave. Like, has to go to work or something. I think red is just trying to tell Teal he's making a move on green. So, remember, this whole time, blue, green, red, and teal have been a team. There was originally 5 before yellow died. So, green goes over to teal now and says, kill red. Red is bad. Red is breaking the team. But teal can't do that because he has his freaking king being held hostage now. Like, there's literally nothing he can do unless he wants to die. And Salador says, I'm sorry, but you're on the opposite side. Let it stay a secret. So I think this is basically Teal saying, I like you, king, but I can't help you right now. Purple's still not dead, by the way. Like, purple is a really interesting case for this game because, like, now green's not going to be able to fight purple as much. Like, purple is still alive with 100 army and has a trade route, which is the biggest thing that they have not realized and probably won't realize. Purple could win this game alone. Maybe 4 Tommy and 4 Pumpu. Because purple was holding before. Now there's all these other distractions. Blue is losing fights against the Mayan player and is asking for help. But green can't exactly help if he's worried about dying, can he? Salador goes to purple right now and says, good job, purple. What type of crazy mix do we have here from Salador? So he's low-key kind of cheering for purple and wants to be friends with purple later on. That's insane. Yeah, green's army here has been forgotten about. Blue is now backing up, realizing maybe why. Green is distracted. Samurai should be pretty good here against just Halbs and Hufnitsa. But then Elephant Archers here could be good as well. Blue is going to be up against Salador. Salador is going to be up against blue. And hold on a second. Wait a second. Did Salador just turn on red? No. Salador turned on somebody else and I must have missed it. Hard to keep track with all the chat here at the same time. And Salador just says, I'm sorry, blue. This is my plan. So maybe feels a little bad about turning on people he had, you know, teamed with before. Meanwhile, purple can push. And purple's got heavy demos dweeb to keep an eye on. Oh, wow. There's also light cap from Teal in the trade. Elephants back here. Ooh, this stuff adds up. It's really hard to kill trade cards with elephants, but you will kill it eventually. And blue researches treason for the kings, and we'll find that red and teal's kings are actually in here. It's hard to notice, though. Like, you only get, like, a very minor notification. So I doubt that that level of detail has been noticed. Green has survived. Blue has played a big part in this. Purple is now starting to breathe a little bit more and starting to push blue, though. And suddenly, it's starting to feel like it's kind of a 3v2, right? Purple is essentially fighting alongside teal and red because he's focusing his attention on blue. And blue's having a tough time. Blue's having a really tough time. Says green, I'm dying. Green says same. And blue says, hold on for a bit. I'm trying to suicide. Now? Is it that bad? You have 10k gold. He's going to do it now. I mean, green, it's bad. Green only has 300 gold. He says, I need to find a way. Their kings are close. Yo. So he did notice that there were 2 in the same area. And he needs to find a way to get here with his own king. Oh, man, that would be legendary. The champions from green have made some real progress here against the Halb spam from red. But yes, it does feel like blue is slowly getting ground down, right? Like purple's just a beast. The crazy bombard towers from the Turks are going down. The bombard cannons are going down. And blue says, I have no time. I need to go now or they start looking good luck green. Blue is going to give it up. Blue is going to give it up and make a move now. So we're going to keep a close eye on this. Now, what can blue see? Honestly, yellow's base is pretty freed up. Or what used to be yellow's base. Blue could maybe go through there. I think going through the middle would be a mistake. Because there's just so much more happening, but... blue says, perp, let me pass. I'm going for red/teal. Oh, he wants to go this way. Okay, well, that's not the path I would suggest. Purple also is attacking you. Purple has no reason to focus in this area. There might be random units. But here we go, guys. Someone says the quality in the stream's not great. I think the quality of the stream's normal. It's fine. Should be good. Hopefully no one's having issues. It is a little stuttery, the game itself, but I think everything else is fine. Didn't drop any frames. Everything's fine. Purple says, I'm having a hard time believing you, which makes sense, but it looks like the king has already passed. But, like, the plan was probably to get the king here, because when treason was researched, it showed that the kings were there, right? God, that's going to be crazy. But, I mean, it depends on if blue runs into this castle. And blue doesn't know about the castle. Blue's going to make it. I mean, teal's producing military, but the rally points are set across the map right now. Ooh, okay, there's this tower. There's also this castle. Oh, man. You can dodge a bombard tower if you micro. Ah! Okay. Okay. Underneath the bombard tower is really hard to dodge. Really hard to dodge. Okay. Castle there? Dodging the castle fire. What the? Okay, he's dead. He got close, guys. He got really close. Remember, teal's king is here. And then red's king is... Oh, red's king is there. Red's king is in that castle. He actually got it. Teal says, want me to explode green. So teal's thinking about suicide. Red says, why not? Red's not going to be alive much longer. Red has no clue this has happened. Red is dead. Now, this gets interesting because teal has moved away because he's going to go kill green. He says, here goes nothing. Right as red's teammate dies, there will be another explosion because of red's king. I think red noticed in the last second. He said, I saw that far too late. Guys, we've got 3 people left right now. And maybe teal doesn't feel like committing suicide anymore because, you know, he was going to do it for red. He says, and assumed it was someone backstabbing blue rather than blue. Well, hold on. We'll do this for the children. He probably was... I don't know what he was trying to say. Anyways, red is dead. His final words, he says, anyways, hedgehogs are adorable creatures. Join the cult of the hug. Okay. That was not what I was expecting red to say. Let's check resources, guys. We got 3 people left. Actually, can we appreciate that all the teams that were in this game are just incredibly fractured? Like, teal used to have a team. They're pretty much all dead. Green was on that team, but green is turned into an enemy. Green had a team. Team was blue. Team was yellow. Dead. Dead. Purple had a team. Tommy and Pumpu, dead. It's very rare that this happens. Salador says to both the remaining parties, I'm trustable. Promise. On a scale of 1 to 10, how believable is that statement? I'm trustable. I don't know about that. That's a 2 for me. The promise definitely adds the less trust for me. Green says, you tried to kill me. What happened to peace? And teal says, nah, I joined red. Yeah, but you joined red in killing him. So you did actually try and kill him. He tried to snipe me, so I had to agree to join him. Okay, now that's a lie, but that's good Diplo. Because it's kind of what happened. Remember, teal was worried red would kill him. So green doesn't really trust him, but green needs him, and green says, so on perp, question mark? And they're going to make a move on perp together. So it'll be 2v1. And guys, I think it's going to be a long game because purple has always had that trade. Boom. And purple, I think, is the better player here. So let just stockpiles bottom left. 21,000 gold for purple. 2,500 for teal. 400 for green. Green does have trade running. It is running from this market to this market, bringing in 15 gold per trip. Purple is bringing in 111 gold per trip. So this is definitely where experienced Diplo players will pay attention to the map, though. Like, hold on a second. This is Salador's point of view. And Salador was teamed with who? Tommy. Salador is Tommy's vision. So Salador should be able to see this trade. and kill that trade pretty easily, if it's something that you think about. Now, Salador, the Diplo god, goes over now to Purple. Says, green wants me to join against you. And Lurzi says, me. And Teal says, yes, you. Yellow says, had to wait till stream caught up to see how you died, XD. Yellow, did you pack for vacation yet, bro? If it's like me, you still haven't packed. Lurzi says, how about we try and kill him and then duel it out? So Lurzi wants a 2v1 against green and a duel, which I think he would win. And Teal says, how about we fight in the middle over the pigs? What? It's going to come back to the pigs? The freaking pigs? Of all things, the pigs? He deleted the walls. He seems very serious about this. Yeah, he's deleted the walls. We've never had a pig battle before. Sounds like a plan. 3 trebs for each, 1 king. Oh, okay. I thought they were going to treb the pigs. That'd be different. Pigs are much slower. It's actually way more difficult to dodge treb shots with pigs than it is for kings. But, you know, sometimes that's how they decide on a duel, is a little treb war. If I'm green right now, I'm like, yo, purple. Or, not purple, sorry. Yo, teal, where are you? I'm losing everything. Japanese really can't deal with the Mayans in late game. Japanese and Mayans both struggle with siege, but the siege is better for the Mayans. And Plumed Archer is really the main unit. Like, Plumed Archer Siege Ram is actually perfect against Japanese. Japanese could try and go for, like, skirms and maybe onager. But it's tough. And I also, purple is more gold. So yeah, I think Salador is not really supporting green enough here. And wants some type of, like, agreement first. But green is just slowly dying. Honestly, if green gets too annoyed with this, I could easily see green just trying to kill teal with the king. And giving purple the victory. But it's weird because purple has been an enemy for so long, you know? It really feels like, since purple's the strongest, that they should both team against purple. I think Salador thinks that that's not realistic, so he's trying some other side deal. Which civ would have the upper hand in the 1v1? Well, it depends on resources, right? Here's blue's bombard cannons attacking, which is kind of funny. Like, if it's endless resources, the Mayans beat the Japanese, but I think the Bengalis beats all of them. I think Bengali elephant archers and elite battle elephant is superior. And purple's annoyed with these bombard cannons because this guy's dead. And so he just runs in and snipes them. Salador is here, but he's still enemy to green. And now he turns on green and says perp ally. Okay, so green's probably a little pissed at this. Notices this clearly. And then purple accepts the alliance. So Salador is going to team with purple against green. I would be feeling very helpless if I'm green right now. And I would already be thinking about what I do with my king. Because I think you've got a worse civ. You've got crazy army up against you. Your buildings are going to melt fast. The king's got to move. And so, like, do you remember what Salador said? He said, what did he say? I'm trustworthy? Or how did he say it, guys? Remind me. It wasn't that long ago. It was like 10 minutes ago. Teal says to green, you could trust me. I promise. I'm trustable. Yeah. Okay. He says, I'm trustable. I promise. And green was like, no, you tried to kill me. And then he explained it. Clearly, you're not trustable. Clearly. And so I think green is doing the right thing. Like, yeah, okay, you want to kill the top guy in most instances. But the top guy's really hard to kill. And clearly Salador's just not very trustable. And he just researched treason to reveal the position of enemy kings. He probably looked in Teal's base. Now, if you hear that, if you're purple or teal, you should be paranoid. I'm assuming green is making a move towards Salador. He might not, though. He might instead try and go for purple. Because, like, I've seen instances where someone doesn't go after the top score, and a lot of people are very critical. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. And you can dodge bombard towers much easier than a keep. Oh, God. Oh, no. The king does regenerate slowly. Dodge, 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 dodge. Nice. Uh-oh. 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 That's a problem. GG. Green's dead. Green's dead. The good news for Green is that he will damage Salador in death. No, the pigs! The pigs! That was how this was gonna end. The pigs! He didn't care about the players. He wanted to kill the pigs. Oh, no. All right, well, the explosion will also take out a lot of these elephant archers. Ah, but who cares about the elephants? Think about the pigs. Yikes, that really hurts Teal. Teal is maybe has a chance to win, though, because I didn't realize 125 military. That's a lot. He just lost like 50 military, too. Also, King is on the move. Lurzy says, no duel, question mark? And I'd be wanting a duel right now if I saw this many elephant archers. Holy crap. What are his resources looking like? I guess he's just really spent his resources well. He doesn't have that much gold. But, you know, banking gold is good for the long term. If your units never die, though, you're still going to be in a pretty solid spot. Teal's king not being in the castle was crazy to me. So I don't know if that was a misclick or what the situation was there. Maybe just hasn't noticed. Like, there's just not a lot of eco here. Ah, very delayed answer from Nick. Says, very delayed answer, T90. My girlfriend packed for me 5 days ago. Else I would have packed last minute. Dude, I always pack last minute. And my fiance also packs last minute. So we both have, like, an anxiety stay up way too late evening before the flight. It's horrible. I try and get better at it. I'm just not good at it. Nice to know someone can relate with being super last minute. So Salador didn't respond about the duel. And he's making a push. So the thing is about Purple's position is you just have to slowly whittle down the gold units. If you can whittle down the elephant archers, in theory, the opponent could eventually just not make more of them. So... Procrastinating Scholar says I can't relate with packing. But do you procrastinate being scholarly? And I think Teal said where's my king moment. Goes back into the castle there. There's 13,000 HP of just elephants on screen. It's tough. Mayans have some of the best skirms in the game, which should be good against an archer, but it's still 300 HP per elephant. But I like the rams in front. That soaking up the damage is actually really smart here. I wouldn't mind scorpions. And Purple pointing out that all the blacksmith upgrades weren't in. Oof, I just assumed. And we'll see who wins this game. Who do you guys think wins from here? I mean, if Teal has progress with this, Teal hits the trade. That's huge. Teal not only hits the trade, but also has siege elephants now to push buildings. Because, like, here he's not really pushing buildings, so this will eventually just stop and stall out. But this is crazy. And so Purple has 25,000 gold, but every single trade unit will go down. Salador still has trade somewhere. That trade is still running down here. And that trade is running all the way over to these markets from people he used to be allies with, who used to be alive. So yeah, I think it actually evens out this game quite nicely. I'm curious to see if Teal can stop this push. Like, the Skirm Ram situation is getting out of hand. And even Light Cav, there's actually a lot of upgrades missing on the Light Cav too. I think the Light Cav will even die to the Mayan Skirms. Bengali Light Cav are solid. Wow, Purple just deleted army there so we can get army at home. You could tell Purple's got some nice tricks up his sleeve. But this is an issue. Someone says, what does Nor mean? Is it an implied neither? I'm pretty sure that Salador, I think NOR stands for Norway. Because I think he's Norwegian. So maybe I should just call him Salad? I still don't know what salad is. Maybe it's Norwegian salad. But I don't think it's like the word Nor, you know. Pretty sure he's Norwegian. A lot of rams. That is a lot of skirms. That's a lot of elephants. That's a lot of halbs over here from Purple. But Tommy's little base has been cleared up through the middle. The trade has been compromised. In theory, you could still trade again later on, but there's a lot to focus on right now. How many viewers do we have from Norway? Norway's population is pretty low compared to some other countries, but there's always been a pretty like high percentage of RTS gamers, I feel, from like Finland and Norway, at least compared to their populations, you know. More than one, less than 1,000. Well, watching right now, yeah. I'd have to see where Norway comes up on my YouTube analytics. Yeah. A couple Norwegians out there. So salad means salad, then? Can you guys confirm that, Norwegians? It's just a Norwegian salad. Oh, wait, Salador found new pigs! You could tell how far behind the stream is from the actual game. And Salador found new pigs. They had a pig agreement. Okay. The pigs are headed back to where the other pigs were roasted. Or toasted. Or burnt. And Lurzy's not interested. He says grats. There's two types of people. There's people who get excited about new pigs. And there's people who would rather just fight. Because I don't care about your pigs. That's a lot of light cab. Oh my goodness. Both players have over 100 army right now. But only one player has the pigs. Oh man, the pigs might change ownership. Okay. Lurzy says, for the pigs! Lurzy's now taking control of the pigs, the source of all of his powers. What has Salador done? Light cab will sacrifice. I thought to maybe try and snipe the Trebs. That doesn't happen. Guys, the siege rams are a problem. Siege rams are so good against archer units. Look at this. Like, the volleys from these elephants are all focusing on the rams. Ram goes down. The Treb's still firing. That Treb will be sniped. Not be sniped. Treb is not sniped. If Salador researched the attack upgrades, that Treb would have gone down. And now the castle goes down. There's still this little force over here. Like, seems like another castle's going to go down. I do want to check the stockpiles again. So, Salador, plenty of food, plenty of wood, 4k gold. Lurzy still over 20k gold, and fine with everything else. But I don't know, dude. It's like, I guess if he starts to make eagles, the gold is going to disappear pretty quickly. It actually isn't an army composition that's really requiring a lot of gold for Lurzy. I don't know what my chat is talking about. These two players realize that they've hit a bit of a stalemate. Salador says, what now? And I think Lurzy's just going to be like, we fight, dude. He says, we play on for an hour or two, I guess. What it feels like. I mean, Purple is fortified up. Purple's in a great position there. Purple's going to find it difficult to kill Salador because of how strong Salador's army is. Salador is thinking of the others, thinking of the community. That's what we mean when we say Kami. He says, but others want to play Kami. Look at these two. They could go for glory here. And they're thinking about the others. Says, we are delaying them from fun, question mark? A man of the people. Two men of the people. And Lurzy says, we are. That's rude. I wouldn't say it's rude, by the way. Salador's just gonna GG? A man of the people. They don't fight for pigs. They don't have, like, any last words. They just say, hey, you know what? I think that's it. Just resigns. A true gentleman. And his king, his king actually died. I assume he deleted the king. Let's rewatch this. I don't know. There's the king. GG then. And yep. King just gets deleted. I mean, I think it's understandable from both of them because this game was likely going to go on for another hour or two, which is what Lurzi said. I thought both these players played very well. Sometimes there are situations where it is just, they both played so well and the fortifications are so big that it's going to take forever. And truthfully, even though Purple lost trade, I think with 20k plus gold and all these production buildings and all the defensive walls and castles, Lurzi is my favorite. So I think Lurzi maybe gets the win anyways, just after a great deal of time. Respect, though, to both of these two and how they played it. Salador was very sneaky, chatting to different members of this game. And I think also gave us our YouTube title, which I have a YouTube title button. YouTube, I press it so I don't have my editors go back to try and find it, or I don't go back to try and find it. I forgot to press the button, but I think the I Am Trustable may end up being our title. You are so untrustable, okay? You said I am trustable to someone you tried to kill, and then 5 minutes later tried to kill him again. I'm not sure how trustable you really were. The pigs died. I love how green killed the pigs. That was funny. Anyways, here's res collected. Great job from Purple, really like fortifying that northern corner. I did not think Lurzi was going to have a chance to win this game, but was extremely resilient. Question, though, for those that watched the full game, what moment in this game gave Purple this opportunity? I could think of this moment. I think we need to talk about it, especially after showing the KD there. I think Purple only has the chance to go this far because one thing happened. And yeah, the KD here for Tommy, beastly. Someone says when Purple got ignored, just fighting against Blue. Well, why though? See, remember there was 5 people. They were going against 3. Pumpu died. Tommy was going to die, and then eventually Purple. But what happened was the team of 5 got fractured because Tommy blew himself up in Nick's base. And once Nick was gone, suddenly green and blue fought on one team, and then red and teal fought on the other. So Tommy killing yellow opened up the opportunity for Purple, as wild as that is. So Tommy deserves a lot of credit for Purple's victory here, in my opinion. Yeah, there, again, res collected there, and any other stats you want to see, we can just pretty much glance through. But, another pretty good game. Another pretty good game. We had some chatter back and forth. We had some betrayals. We had some fun moments. We had a lot of dead bodies. We had a couple dead pigs. Just another day in the life of community games. So if you enjoyed this one, just stick around, watch more, like the video. I don't know, do either. And thanks for watching, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, oh shoot, I misclicked. Edit that out for YouTube, Hardy.